It's been a while. I thought I would just record while I get ready to go out with my friend Jamie and kind of just see what gets recorded. I've been thinking about coming back to YouTube probably for a few months now. You could probably go onto my blog and like see that it's been longer than that. I just haven't had an idea of exactly what I've been wanting to record. I just thought it was best to just jump into it and kind of figure out what gets filmed, and maybe some of this will be worthwhile and maybe you're seeing this right now. So it's been about 2 years since I posted my last YouTube video. I actually had footage that I had never even uploaded. It was just such a crazy part of my life, and I had initially expected to just upload it and edit it and all that, and it ended up not happening, and then too much time had passed and I fixed the angle. I hope it works better. So right now you're on my mirror and I'm gonna do my makeup. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Probably just a basic light coverage. I've been really into light coverage makeup since quarantine, which is kind of weird for me considering I was always such a full coverage bitch. But I'm gonna put on some music, which I would have out loud, but obviously with copyright issues, I'm just gonna be playing it in my ear. So I recently got this foundation brush. It's a little dirty because I did use it like once, but this is the brush. It has like little glitters on it and stuff. It's really cool. It doesn't do over full coverage. I mean, like an overly full coverage face, which is something I've been a fan of recently, mainly because my skin's super dry and I've just been like embracing the imperfections of my skin. I just put on my CeraVe moisturizing lotion on my face. I'm gonna go on top of it with my Too Faced, do I have it with me? My Too Faced, what is it? The Hangover Primer. They're both moisturizing primers. I like them a lot. I know some people will not get on along with this very well because it has coconut. Yeah, I don't have any issues with it. I usually just put it on my areas where I get dry patches from my makeup. And then I'm going to put on the e.l.f. Putty Primer. It's a great dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Putty Primer. It works really, really well. I know they came out with a liquid Silk Canvas, which supposedly is better for people with dry skin, but I haven't had the chance to try it out. I think I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I use the shade Light Medium Honey, which is a 29H. I pump one pump onto my hand recently, like I said, and then I'll just like dot it along my face. So as I continue down my face, I guess I'll just chit chat a little bit. Things have been a little hectic, which is kind of interesting considering not a lot is going on either. Election is less than a month away, which has got me a little stressed. The death of RBH also is like a little crazy. They're trying to fill the Supreme Justice with a Republican woman who is, what is it, pro-life? Pro-life. And it's a little crazy and a little nerve-wracking because I don't know. I feel like the future is very, very unsure right now, which I am not a big fan of. I'm just using my Love is a Foundation brush all over my face right now. But yeah, so it definitely has been a source of anxiety for me as of late. But I'm trying not to stress about it too much because there's not much that I could do other than vote when my time comes. And so, don't forget to vote. See, I really like the coverage that this has. It covers it didn't cover the blemishes too much, but I will go over it in a little bit. And I will go on top of it with a bit of concealer instead of just putting more foundation on my face, which I do like because I'd rather have a lighter coverage all over my face and then just put a little bit of concealer on my trouble spots. So I'm gonna use the Chart Shape Tape again in light medium honey. I'm gonna put it underneath my eyes. I'm gonna touch that one, I think, with a beauty blender. And then this spot and this spot is gonna be covered with, actually I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead as well, with the brush. Yeah, and it looks good. And I just put it here because I always have some redness that just comes through that I really am not a fan of. I've actually changed my makeup routine a lot since probably the last time I've even shown you guys. Okay. I've been a bigger fan of a light coverage type moment. And then I've been really into cream products lately. I think it just really works out well with my dry skin. I've been a huge, I'll show you in a second. So right now I think what I'm gonna do is put my Nude Sticks cream bronzer. I use the shade Bondi Bay, and I kind of just put it along the perimeter of my face. Oh, I put too much there. That's what I get for looking at the camera instead of on my mirror. Okay. So I like the shade because it's not overly warm, it's not overly cool either. And then I use this e.l.f. stippling brush. It's called the small stipple brush. I wish they had a bigger one, but the only ones that I find that are stipple brushes are the ones in sets, and I honestly don't need more brushes. I have cups and cups full of brushes. And even though I like having a lot, because sometimes you just have a dirty brush and you don't really have time to wash it and you just want to be able to do your makeup quickly, I don't need more. I don't know what kind of content I want to do on here. I know it's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to recording again and trying to find my groove. I think I'm going to start doing some like really like stereotypical YouTube videos that I've always wanted to do with my blog, but because I just feel like some content is just better when it's visual versus through pictures and words. I just never had done it. Oh, so much better already. But I know for a fact that I probably will do some of those posts, videos here. And then from there I will figure out what I do want to do. I mean, there's not that much going on in my life right now, but for me to vlog like I used to, because with the pandemic I haven't gone to the city since beforehand. So I'll have to figure out kind of where my content's gonna go. I just know that I've been wanting to get back into this for a little while now, and instead of just waiting for me to come up with the perfect idea of what I want, it makes the most sense for me to just start and see how these things come out. And even though it won't be perfect, I'll be better than not doing anything at all. This is the Honest Beauty blush in the shade Coral Peach. I've been doing a lot of reading recently. A random hobby that I've had since quarantine has been doing puzzles, which has been a lot of fun actually. We just leave it on like the dining room table, and as people pass by they like sit down for a second or not sit down, and they just try to see if they find any pieces that they think fits. Another thing that I've been doing is Dungeons and Dragons, which has been a huge hobby for me lately. I actually didn't think I was going to like it as much as I have. It's something that me and my old high school best friend used to talk about. We used to say that we wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we would see all the boxes in the Barnes & Noble and just never really set the time to figure out how to play, or anybody who also was interested. And over like the holiday season last year, my uncle and my cousin, we were both talking randomly about Dungeons and Dragons, and they all said they wanted to play. So I was super excited because obviously, I don't know, I was just like, oh cool, maybe this is my chance to actually play. So the group is my brother, my sister, my uncle, my cousin, my sister's boyfriend, and I guess my cousin, not by blood, is playing with us. When we initially started playing, a few people were in that group, but we had built our characters and everything, and then quarantine hit, so we never actually got started. And then now in September we started playing again, where my cousin who lives in North Carolina is Zooming as our dungeon master, and the rest of us are at my aunt's house playing. It's been a lot of fun. It's something really, really calming. I don't really use my phone during that time, so it's been something I consider kind of like an escape for that hour. Those few, it's not an hour, it's like 3, 4, 5 hours of playing. What do I need on my face? I think I'm gonna use this. My friend Clea, she's a blogger friend of mine, recommended the BH Cosmetics palettes, and I've been loving the Hanging in Hawaii palette. It's so nice. It's neutrals, but like with really pretty shimmers. I like it because you don't, if you have a heavy hand, this doesn't have them, it's not that they're unpigmented, but they're not so pigmented that if you fuck up, it's over for you. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for like a very basic eye look just to give me a little bit of color in there. A nice light shimmer. I was deciding if I was gonna stick with this crew neck I have on or not, but to be honest, I think I'm gonna just stay with this on. We're gonna go and grab some pizza and just catch up. I saw her 2 weeks ago. We went to an outdoor dining place that served really good Italian food, and since we had not seen each other almost in like a year, we had decided that we wanted to make a plan to see each other every 2 weeks. And so we did, actually. We made a plan to see each other, and now it's been 2 weeks since then, and we're gonna hang out now. I'm kind of happy to start seeing people. I was feeling very lonely. It's kind of crazy. You don't realize that even though I'm introverted, for example, I didn't think I was gonna miss people and social interaction as much as I did. It was like so crazy. Even small talk now feels really nice. Like I'll make small talk with people like if we're out and about with our masks really quickly, and it's just like, that used to annoy me. I hated small talk. I just found it so pointless and like, oh. And now it's the complete opposite, where I feel very comforted and like, oh, that was kind of nice. Let me swatch these. I don't remember which one's the one I want to use. I think I'm gonna stick with the Waikiki shade. Oh, that's pretty. So that's something I've been feeling lately. I've been listening to a lot of like throwback nostalgic music, and it's been like a really nice time. Like I used to listen to that, obviously growing up with it. I used to make CDs and like listen to them in my mom's car or something, and it's nice to make my own playlist and just listen to the same stuff I used to listen to. Do my brows, just a light little filling. My brow at the bottom. I've been really enjoying the ColourPop Precision Brow Pencils. They're not as good as the Anastasia ones in my opinion, but they don't actually have an Anastasia shade that's kind of the same color as my hair. And so I felt like ColourPop has a shade that's kind of similar, and I've been enjoying that. I just do a light, I have brows already to begin with, so I just do a light filling underneath to make them look a little more even. This battery's running out, and if it runs out, I am sorry. The video's just gonna end, I guess. Oh, that was a harsh line. I've been using also a brown gel by ColourPop I've been really liking. It does have a pigment to it, and I think it would be a lot better if it didn't have pigment to it, but maybe next time. I have this bronzy shade from Urban Decay that I've been really liking. It's called Smog, and while it's not like dark or overly pigmented, I feel like it just finishes the look for when I don't want all black. I feel like this video's been a little bit all over the place, but I mean, I didn't really know what I was gonna go into this talking about. It just kind of happened. So yeah. A few weeks ago I went to the farm already once for the fall, and that's been really nice. I went to a sunflower field. Me and my best friend picked some apples and vegetables, and we did a wine tasting, which it was a lot of fun, but to be honest, I would say I hated the majority of the wines. I'm not a big fan of like overly sweet wines. I have moved on to like liking Rieslings, which is the only one I did like. And I'm just not, the other ones were all too sweet. It was gross. I think I'm gonna end it. Oh, I need a lippy. What am I gonna do? Okay, I'm going to, for my lips, I'm gonna put this and this, and then I'm gonna be done, I think. I'm just gonna put some facial spray on my face and then leave it. I don't really like artificial wine, like sweet wines. Like they had a lot of wines that had like strawberry mango and pineapple, and it just tasted overly artificial. And so the Riesling was the only one I did enjoy. I thought it tasted really good. And so while I didn't enjoy the wines, it was such a perfect day. And I feel like I've had very few perfect days in 2020 after the pandemic. It's been a very confusing time period and weird. Even though it's been confusing and weird, in the same breath I would say I wouldn't change it for the world. There's so much self-growth I've made, self-discoveries, things that I've needed to change, learn. Even in the country, while it's been so polarizing, I would say that it's opened a lot of people's eyes up about the issues in our country. So I'm hoping positive change comes from all the crazy mess that 2020 has been. I'm gonna finish off with this soft focus setting spray from Hourglass. They sent this to me and I'm actually really liking it. I don't know if it's like repurchase like because it's kind of pricey, but it works so well. It makes my skin look nice and hydrated. It's a super fine spray and I don't know, I feel like it melts the makeup together. Oh, of course I have an eyelash, but sorry, so my camera just died and I just thought that I would show you the finished look, and I'm going to just end the video here. I hope you guys stick around and kind of enjoy this little chatty video. For those of you who came from my blog, maybe this is the first time you hearing my voice or seeing what I look like in movements, so we'll chat soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, sending you love, strength, and positivity.